center off of Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot, far down, he scores!
Come from behind for a month, now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him! Wow! Edwards pulls up and buries the flag! Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money. Daniels takes his shot for Derby. Flag out.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? How are we doing today? I am Michael Carrottenuto at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You know this. Yes, happy Monday, all. And man, it was a whirlwind of a weekend. We will get to all that. But yes, happy Monday as you are here joining me. I'm so glad you're joining me here on Pitchfork Lunch. And like I said, I'm Michael Carrottenuto at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as Twitter. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. I had to square up some sound, so teeny bit fashionably tardy, which I don't love at all, but nonetheless. But yeah, check out the show live there on X, Monday, Friday, 12 to 1. You can also check out it on my IG, as you guys know, michael.carrottenuto.5 on the good old Instagram. Also, hey, is there a YouTube channel? There is a YouTube channel. I know, I remind you every day here on Pitchfork Lunch. But yes, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carrottenuto. And then it's you can watch live, which would be awesome. But also subscribe when you're there, because it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Why? Because you've missed a ton of phenomenal interviews, as they call them, conversations, as I call them, getting to know coaches, players, different programs, teams, and again, so much more to come. We're efforting tomorrow, I will say, to have Kyle Dodd on. We're going to talk hoops. Obviously, crazy atmosphere on Saturday. Crazy atmosphere on Saturday as number 3 Iowa State was here. And, man, they did bring their fans. Still a little salty from the football championship game. But we'll get to that. But, yeah, I mean, for hoops, yeah, but what a game. I mean, inevitably, overall, what a game going toe-to-toe with number 3. Yes, you need to pull out the wins. I get it, fans. That is the business, but you need growth too. And Joe Santana was back, looked very good. Looked good. Was moving well. But yeah, it was an awesome game. Then also women's hoops, going back and forth with Cincinnati, had a lead, and then just down the stretch, a ton of foul trouble. And again, you guys know me, I'm not going to harp on it, go too crazy, but yeah, that's that. So anyway, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because all that sound and all the stuff you miss, you can go back and you can binge watch. So again, go to M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Also, my Pitchfork Lunchers, not to forget, but you can now listen. You can listen for a while now to Pitchfork Lunch on the greatest internet radio station out there, the Casual Sports Radio Network, the best internet radio station on the web. All you got to do is go to www.ksrnaz.com. Those of you watching, see it across the bottom there. Go to ksrnaz.com, click Listen Live, and the page will open up. Go to Listen Live, click play. Bam! Pitchfork Lunch all over the web for all of you. Which is, again, phenomenal. But when you're there as well, subscribe to their socials, Casual East socials, because look, you want comprehensive coverage of the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, the Mercury, Casual E has it for you. Oh man. He has it for you. So subscribe to all their socials and at KSRN and be up to date, man. Because again, he is. And he'll, believe me, he'll shoot it to you straight. Sometimes, again, not even being a homer, I'm just not even with me. He'll shoot it straight, which you have to love. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know, but it's definitely out there. But like I said, from the Suns to the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, the Mercury, and now we got Pitchfork Lunch, a part of the Casual Sports Radio Network family, all over the world on the wonderful World Wide Web. So again, go check it out, www.ksrnaz.com. If you're meeting somebody for lunch or driving, again, stream it through your Bluetooth. Stream it through your Bluetooth, and you can listen, meet your friends, and then you can still listen, or you can sit there and watch, because I don't want you to watch and drive, as you know, and I know you're smarter than that, because paying attention to the road, huge, important detail. So again, so stoked to be part of the Casual Sports Radio Network family. And like I said, no excuse not to stay up to date in Sun Devil Country. Great sound. Again, we'll hear from Coach Powers. Oh, man, what an insane game, series against Colorado College, who had swept ASU up in Colorado earlier in the season. ASU took the game Friday night, and then Saturday night, had a lead. And I mean, the pace, they were scoring goals. The penalty kill was solid. The penalty kill was insanely solid. And somehow Colorado College, who didn't score on their power plays, managed to come all the way back and win the game. But man, I love what Coach Powers is doing. Just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome what Coach Powers is doing in this team. Again, getting healthy. There was no Colin Potter. He did not play this weekend, but for the most part, like I said, they are very again, the lines look really good. They're deep. The fourth line looks just, man, it's, you can say it's hockey, it's college hockey, but yeah, the fact that Colorado College was able to, beat down and then ended up inevitably winning it 5-4. But I mean, there was like, I think Colorado College had what was it? They scored goals, I think 50 some odd seconds apart, but in that mix, like they scored a goal, ASU scored a goal, like to answer, like maybe a minute and a half. I'll get you time later, but I mean, it's and again, penalty kill is great, and you'll hear Coach Powers, because I did ask him about, got to be, not that you want to be on a man down, but what the penalty kill is. But he also elaborated on obviously what that does with the flow of the game. And those of you that love hockey like I do, again, you get it. But Ryan Kerwan, man, hell of a game for him. Friday night, his streak of multiple point games got snapped, and he made sure he made up for it Saturday night. And the Devils, again, they just came out again with the fire. And Coach talks about finishing, but it's not for lack of fire or competing or grit, if you want to, as you want to say in hockey. Definitely not that. So that was a tough one too, Saturday night. And then women's hoops, like I said, with Cincinnati, men's hoops with Iowa State, like so much. Again, it's awesome action, but me from the homer side, guys, and the Pitchfork Lunch side, it was a bummer. It was a bummer because on the verge of quite a few victories, and just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. So like I said, it's tough. It's very, very tough when you think of it that way. But nonetheless, the competing, the grit, that's stuff that again, you always want your team to have the fire. It's little things to fix, but man, ASU again, hockey wise, just they are absolutely rolling. So yeah. And then, like I said, men's hoops wise, it's getting to that point in the Big 12 where, yes, there's quite a bit of games left, but and we'll hear from Coach Hurley as well. You got to start. There's got to be obviously some victories where you're, depending on your postseason tournament, to say the least. So that, as tough as, like I said, for Coach Hurley and Sun Devil Hoops, I mean, it's one of those things where, it's going to be a tough conference. They're 11-8 overall now, 2-6 in conference. And Coach, mentioned that 5-3 at home, 1-4 away, 5-1 on neutral sites though. So, tournament time, you playing that well on neutral sites bodes well, depending on who you're playing, right? As we know. But yeah, 76-61 ended up being the final. And, it was 35 minutes that game, and we'll get into it. So, but for hockey, they, again, they get the split. They came in number 11 in the country, and they get the split over the weekend with Colorado College. So they're 14-9-1 now overall, and then 7-4-1 at home, 7-5 away. But I mean, Colorado College, like I said, beat them 4-3 in overtime, and then 3-1 back in November in Colorado Springs. And then obviously Friday night, 4-1, phenomenal game. And then they got off to another fast start on Saturday, but it was 5-4. Colorado College ends up winning in regulation. So it was, the game had everything. But yeah, for the 11th ranked Sun Devils, 14-9-1. So, but hey, I'm going to take a quick break. When we get back, though, dive a little more into hockey. We'll hear from Coach Powers. We'll hear from Coach Powers about the win, or about the split series, but after Saturday night's game. But yeah, just again, this team, like I said, if you haven't been out, man, so exciting, so just sound too, not just exciting, but just very, very sound. So we'll get into that. We'll get into obviously men's and women's hoops, and yeah, a little bit more news. So don't go too far. We'll take a quick break, but we shall have more Pitchfork Lunch on the other side.
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team.
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, you are listening to the best internet radio station on the web. For those of you joining me on the Casual Sports Radio Network, I am Michael Carasino at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also my IG, michael.carasino.5. The wonderful YouTube channel you can watch live and subscribe to at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. So yeah, hockey, guys, this weekend was absolutely, again, Friday night, they win 4-3, or Friday night they won 4-1. They won by 3, sorry. They won by 3, 4-1. And I mean, it was scoreless going into the first Friday night. And then you talk about the offensive explosion. 3 goals in the second period, one by Dylan Jackson, one by Ethan Samaj, and second period. Actually, sorry, Cole Gordon. Sorry. He scored first in the second. And then Ethan Samaj scored a shorthanded goal 4 minutes and 3 seconds later. at the 15-14 mark, Cole Gordon at the 11-11 mark, Ethan Samaj at the 15-14 mark, and then Dylan Jackson at the 19:53 mark. So 7 seconds before the second period ended, they have 3. And then in the third, Kyle Smolin gets a power play goal. And then Owen Beckner, for Colorado College scored at the 12:51 mark in the third. But 4-1, Devils dominate. They absolutely dominate. And it's again, a hell of a win against a Colorado College team who I think came into the series. They were 1-7. I think I said this on, maybe I had it written down, but in the notes. But I think they were 1-7 coming into Friday, or 1-6 coming in. And then, but either way, in their last 8, they were like 1-7. And so the Devils get the 4-1 win. And Luke Pavicic was in goal. He got the win on Friday night. He had 24 total saves. Friday night did Pavicic, who had 4 in the first, 10 in the second and third. And yeah, I mean, again, it's just a team that, like I said, like those line, like even like their fourth line, and we're gonna get to Coach Powers because again, I don't want to carry on. I just get excited, as you know, about hockey, not carrying on, but again, just so that was so that was Friday night, and then like I said, Saturday night, guys, this game was insane. So 5-4 is the final. Colorado College gets win, but ASU scores 1 in the first. They're up 1-0. Then they're up 2-0. End of the second. Now, they had not Friday night. During Friday night's broadcast, I was trying to look at that because again, going in crazy deep stats, but they hadn't lost a game when leading after the second period this season. So Friday night, that came to fruition. Saturday night, they're up 2-0, right? Ryan Kerwin got the first 2 goals. He scored a power play goal at the 4:28 mark of the first period, and then at the 1:53 mark of the second, he got his second goal to make it 2-0. Then in the third, and that was it. Third period, the fireworks, my friends. Noah Laba put one in 19 seconds in the third period to make it 2-1. But then at the 1:43 mark, so 1 minute and 22 seconds, or 24 seconds later, 1 minute and 24 seconds later, Charlie Schoen put in a goal, making it 3-1. Oh, and then a little less than 5 minutes later, Charlie Schoen got his second. So now both Kerwin and Schoen are on a possible hat trick alert. He puts it in, makes it 4-1. And that's at the 6:16 mark. 8 seconds later, Noah Laba for Colorado College gets his second, guys, again. So that makes it 4-2. And then 51 seconds later, Chase McLean makes it 4-3 at the 7:15 mark. And then Max Burkholder for Colorado College at the 11:28 mark ties it up at 4. And then Drew Montgomery lights the lamp at the 14:37 mark. ASU pulled Gibson Homer again, who had a very, very solid game, guys, because they were on the power play a lot. And they killed, or they were on penalty kill a lot, I should say. Colorado College on the power play. But nonetheless, and you have a game like that, you go one of two ways, but this team has shown all year that the response that you need to have, again, to win multiple games in a row and not let, again, a roller coaster game like that. And, if you're, on your, maybe back on your heels a little bit, thinking, okay, like they're gonna mail it in, right? Yeah. Well, Colorado College didn't mail it in, and again, they weren't playing like that. If you were there and you watched or you listened, But I'm telling you, that wasn't my thing. But there's probably some things where like, okay, we can get this. And believe me, ASU, it's not like they took, they didn't stop the puck from moving. So it's Colorado College. I mean, they needed that. They were extremely desperate, and we'll hear that from Coach Power. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to it. Here is Sun Devil hockey head coach and alum, phenomenal coach, Greg Powers, after splitting with Colorado College. This is after Saturday night's 5-4 loss to the Tigers.
They played a really, really hard period after going out 4-1. You just got to get through a couple shifts and go 4-1, and the game's over. And I think they scored less than 10 seconds after our fourth goal, right? And that gave them life. And they played like it, and they were desperate to get their season back on track. And they played like it in the third period, and we didn't.
Coach Charlie Shane and Ryan Kerwin combined for 4 goals. What did you see for that line tonight?
They were really good. They're pretty much two of our only guys really going. It was one of those games. Even the second period, I didn't love. I mean, Gibby made some big saves to keep us in it, but the penalties. Last night we took a too many men on a bad change on the back end, and tonight on a kill, 2 guys jumped for the same guy. I mean, it's just elementary stuff that you can't do if you're gonna get sweeps in this league, and they catch up to you, right? It gave them all the momentum. We had, I think, the first 10 minutes of the game, we were awesome. We were really good. We came out well. We had a great start. We missed an open net to go up 2-0, and penalties gave them all the momentum they needed. And they came out. I think they scored 20 seconds into the third, and then we bounced back. It looked like we were gonna run away with it, but we didn't get it done.
What do you think changed in that victory?
I think they were desperate. And we looked like a team that took winning for granted, right? And it's a great lesson because it's hard to win. It's hard to win in this league. It's hard to win in college hockey. You go 4-1 and you think it's going to be easy. And again, credit to them. They didn't go away and found a way to claw back and get a big win for them.
What did you like from? I mean, obviously, I know you shut down their power plays, but killing their penalties. What did you see from that group?
Yeah, penalty kill was good. You don't want to see it as much as we saw it. I think that was a big, we killed so much in the second there that it gassed some of our guys, right? And it messes the flow up of the game. It's a lot like the second North Dakota game, where you have a period where you're spending it chasing and gassing guys on the kill, and we just never found the flow. It's disappointing. I mean, you go 4-1 and you got to find a way to finish. But I'm excited to see how we bounce back.
Homer had some good saves at the end of that second period. Did you feel like your guys were ever maybe too overly reliant on him?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a lot of his big saves were on the kill, and they were saves that we expect our goalie to make. With cross ice passes where he's got a long time to get over. But no, I don't think so. No.
Anything else? All right,
Thanks, guys.
And there he is, Coach Powers. And I mean, look, when you like you said, and that's why I asked him, again, not trying to give him the answer, and not, for you guys out there, not trying to ask if I went to school at that place down south, but a meatball question, but you kill the power play, and that's what my thought process was, train of thought is you like that, but you're talking about momentum, and it's just kind of, you want to see your special teams dominate like that, but at the same time, it does mess with the with the flow and what you can obviously do. And I mean, there was I think that one or two opportunities, two really good, one really good one and one almost getting a shorthanded goal. But like he says there, and you got to finish the games. And right now, thanks to my good buddy Chris Cartman and his phenomenal staff over at Sun Devil Source, I was looking at the pairwise, and ASU would be the 4th seed right now in the Fargo region of the NCAA tournament if the season ended today. And they haven't made the tournament, guys. And you know this. Come on, quiz. Since 2018, 2019. Talked about it last year. Again, annoyed. I get it. Independent. You get all the – okay. Anyway, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. No time. But and they're 14th right now in the pairwise after a split with Colorado College. And I saw on X at College Puck NXT. Looks like, if it ended today, ASU would be playing in the Fargo region. They would be playing, I say Minnesota first. If the season ended today based on the current pairwise, here's who would be in and out of NCAA hockey field for the 2025 tournament. The UConn Huskies would be a number 1 seed facing off against in-state Quinnipiac. But yeah, so I mean, you guys get it. But yeah, Coach, I mean, Powers, like, that's what I love how he ended that. Like, I'll be interested to see how we respond. And this is a team, guys, that, like, talked about it all season. They've responded, and you know, you go on a win streak like they did. You win, 7 in a row, and then 9 out of 10. You expect it, and yes, they have gotten healthier. And Coach talked about it, and it's again absolutely phenomenal. To be, like I said, getting this deep in the season and pairwise, you're like, okay, we can do this. So, yeah. But let's hear from Ryan Kerwin and Charlie Shane. Both had 2 goals. Both had 2 goals each on Saturday, and we're just absolutely money. So we will, let's hear from those gentlemen. And again, Kerwin Kerwin has 16 goals now on the season. So again, just tearing it up. But let's hear from the 2 Sun Devil hockey players that again are having had a solid night and just again very, very solid season so far.
For either of you guys, 2 pretty solid periods, and in the third, give up that lead, ultimately results in a loss. What do you think, from your perspective, changed in that third period?
Yeah, I think we kind of just sat on our toes for a little bit. We're going to be in that situation a lot this year, hopefully. So we just got to, give it to them, play sound defensively, and you just got to play full 60. That's what it comes down to. And winning in this league is so hard, and we just got to commit to a full 60.
Do you guys feel that? I mean, obviously, in the penalty kill, I know Coach was just saying that. I mean, it's not great that you're in that situation, kind of affects the flow of the game, but just shutting down their power play, what did you feel that did for your momentum in the second period?
Yeah, I guess, it was huge. Our special teams have been really good this year, so especially the second half. So just focusing on that. Our penalty kill is really good penalty kill, so they gain so much momentum for us, and I think we try to feed off of it.
Charlie, Ryan found you both back times in the back door for goals. Can you tell me what it's playing like with a guy that's not only a gifted passer or a gifted scorer, but and a gifted passer?
Yeah, no, I'd say it's just easy. Playing with him and Artie, it's been a great opportunity. I'm super grateful to play with these guys. Like I said, they make it easier for me, so I just had to have my stick on the ice, and he put it right where it needed to be. And then on the play that we connected on where he scored, that's just a real pass shot by him. So all I have to do is just find his tape, so it's pretty easy.
What's something you guys can take away from Colorado College this season, knowing that you guys were swept by them like a couple of weeks ago, but now you guys split the series?
I would just say the biggest thing for us is just not get comfortable. Like Kurt said, we're going to be in some positions where we're going to have leads a lot of the time this year, so we just can't sit back. We just have to keep going, and we can't give up now.
You guys have continued to get healthier and healthier throughout the season, getting new
is back, and now Ryan Alexander back, and you guys get Potter back from the sickness. How have you seen the on-ice chemistry just kind of continue to grow?
Yeah, I think that it's, game by game, everybody gets chemistry with their line mates, and such a special lineup and talented guys. So obviously having everybody in the lineup, it's so helpful for just the unit as a whole. Everybody's playing their role, and everybody's just comfortable where they are. So yeah, I think it's been great.
Charlie, you've been in and out of the lineup this year with injuries, so to get 2 goals tonight, how does that feel for you?
It feels good just to kind of get that out of the way. I feel like, I've been trying my best to just, stay focused on the process, and eventually the production will come. So, luckily I have great line mates who kind of just keep me in track, and definitely helped, keep the mental side of it good for me. So, it's definitely great to kind of get that out of the way, and now just kind of play free and play some confidence.
What was kind of the message on the bench or the locker room when they were starting to come back?
Yeah, I guess it was just don't panic. Like I said, winning's so hard in this league, and you're going up against amazing teams every night. They're going to work hard. They want to win. They don't want to get swept on the road. So we were just trying to say, stick with it, just play our game. But they did some good plays, and we'll learn from it ultimately. But yeah, tough to swallow.
You guys are big last to finish in the NCHC to begin the season, and now a week away from February, you guys are down in one of the top spots. What does that mean for just you guys to continue to compete against teams like this?
Yeah, there's a lot of time left, so it's great the spot we're in, but there's so much time left, so many games. So the gap's so close in this conference, this league. So we just got to keep chipping away game by game and not focus on that.
And there you go. Again, talking about it. But yeah, both of them saying, playing on the line, Charlie Shane was saying right there, well, he played well, but he was saying right there. But the way, and when you, looking at the stats, this season, the last 5 games, and so the second game against North Dakota, 2 against St. Cloud, and 2 against Colorado College. Charlie Shane, those are his first 2 goals in the last 5 games. But still, again, you get 2 goals and you had 3 shots that night, and then that line again just playing very, very well for. For Ryan Kerwin, didn't have a goal against North Dakota, but then had 2 goals and assists against St. Cloud State in the first game, 1 goal in the second game, and then Colorado College, he did have 1 assist on Friday. Didn't mention that. And then Saturday, he had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 6 shots for Ryan Kerwin. So, this young man, heating up. And again, that's without. And look, they've been short. They've had they've been shorthanded. But yeah, but he's done. And again, not that but you can see it. Lucas Sillinger too. Just the way the puck's moving, the way the lines are playing. And look, if Coach Powers has shown in the past that they can definitely bounce around, and see, and you can switch up the lines a little bit, guys. This hockey team, very, 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 very exciting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what they could do again. Like I said, 14th in pairwise right now. They'd be in the Fargo region, so that is very, very awesome. But let's switch gears. I do want to get to Sun Devil basketball head coach Bobby Hurley and Bashir Jihad, because he had a heck of a game. yes, there were turnovers at the end. Yes, we'll get to that, but I want you guys to hear from Coach Hurley. Yes, let's hear from Sun Devil head coach Bobby Hurley post-game after Iowa State, because, again, it was a hell of an effort and a hell of a game. And, I mean, literally 35 minutes, guys. And it's a 40-minute game, right? And you'll hear from Coach. He can say it more graciously than I can, but it is a 40-minute game. We know that. But Josan Sannon came back, moving very well. So we'll see. And again, they got Colorado tomorrow on Tuesday. Again, going to aim to talk to Kyle Dodd on tomorrow's show. So that is very awesome, my friends. So we will aim to talk to Kyle Dodd. Again, it is game day, but we were working it out. So, I mean, like I said, the chemistry, the fight from this team, definitely there. So, yeah, but here is Coach Hurley after Saturday's game.
I'm pretty pleased with our effort. Like, we, right there in this top team, take away the 2 minutes from like the 6-minute mark or the 5-minute mark to like done before. Then it's different game, different chance to win. We just didn't make those plays. We missed a shot. We gambled a little bit on defense, and Gilbert hit a 3, and then we threw the ball away out of the post. So you can't afford to do that like down the stretch. Just you got to make plays. We didn't do it. And then it was a fiasco at the end again with the intentional foul, flagrant fouls. Like, that was a joke. I watched that. We can't control someone that's just launching his body laterally and then he falls bad. Well, sorry you fell bad, but like you didn't jump straight up. So, but that stuff that's normal. That happens or seems to happen to us quite a bit. But otherwise, proud of that. Iowa State played really hard. Got a lot of respect for their team and how they defended. And, just like even Jones, man, he was impressive. I mean, he was playing like a different game than everybody else was today. But not only his offense, like he was like face guarding us, denying us in defense, picking up full court. He was like played a complete game.
Questions? How hard is it to necessarily run an offense without Jake and Sannon, and obviously having foul trouble just in depth in the stretch?
I don't think that was necessarily a major factor. I mean, fouls was an issue for sure. This was our largest free throw differential game of the season. Even at Gonzaga, they shot 11 more free throws there, and on our home court, which was more like a court that we practice on, and it was like a home neutral, I'll call it. Based on how Iowa State came to the game today. It was disappointing. It was certainly disappointing that we couldn't play better in those last few minutes. But the fouls were an issue. Certainly, Josan will gain a lot from this game, just not having played in a couple of weeks. And we're traveling so much and playing so many games, so it's hard to get him the live practice reps. So he's going to have to do it here on the fly as we play games.
You spoke very highly of Josan's practice this week. How did you see that transition in the game? He was 3 of 6 from the field, and 2 of those were threes.
Yeah, he had some big shots. He had a big shot in the corner in the first half, and another shot in the second half. He's got to do some other things. We got to watch the film. Like late in the game with Jefferson, he had to come over and rotate, and he kind of let him go in and lay the ball in. He was off the ball there, so we needed to. There's plays like that he's got to get better at. He's got to realize, defenses are going to try and crowd him in space, so he's got to make decisions quicker to go or not to go, and not play with the basketball, 30 feet out. So there's some things that he'll benefit from.
Now that you've been in the Big 12 for a while, if there's a game that you feel like there's some inconsistent officiating, do they listen to you? Do you send in tapes.
And I like those
conference
guys.
respond
And
to
I like all these guys. The guys I've been doing this with. The crew on this game is great. You know, I didn't agree that it was a flagrant one. And, you know, I didn't agree with Joe Son's 5th foul after watching that. So like that, yeah, you're going to have those types of things happening. You're going to wonder why on your home court or your home neutral that you know, that you shot that many less free throws than your opponent. And because hasn't been the tale of the tape all year. Like we've been like either shot more than our opponent or right there with our opponent, and it was a bigger differential than normal tonight.
Iowa State plays such physicality. Do you think that leads to getting away with more borderline?
If you're off the ball and you're being as physical as they are, it's obvious to me that they're not going to call as many fouls as are out there. That's for sure.
You had 11 turnovers in the second half, compared to 7 in the first. How do you think your team responded to all that Iowa State physicality as the game went on?
I mean, we didn't. I mean, we talked to the guys about, you know, we haven't had a game this season under 10 turnovers. As I was preparing and watching, I just noticed that little graphic. You know, I think it was on a West Virginia game maybe. So, like, you would expect us to reach doubles, right? If, you know, we played enough games, but 18 is way too many, especially down the stretch. We can't, you know, when we need to get a shot on the basket, we can't throw the ball away or lose the ball. You know, so Bashir battled. They're big and physical, and he had some really nice moments for us and helped us. He's, you know, as a senior though, you can't have 6 turnovers, man. He's got to take care of the ball better.
From the first home neutral, have you, outside of a U of A game, maybe ever seen so many road teams manage so quickly?
Never. Since I've been, I never had even when we played Kansas 2 years ago, it was different era, different time.
What do you make of the team attack back and forth with the fans from Iowa State and then the Big 12 Championship trophy from ASU fans, and the football players kind of showing that around today?
I'm happy for them. I love that they could be celebrated. Let's, you know, celebrate greatness. You know, what they did this year was off the chain in terms of just energizing everybody and getting people excited again about the program. And, you know, they're the, you know, the front door of the whole department, you know, and the whole university, and they represented us, you know, unbelievably. The character, the individual players like Scatterboo and these guys are legendary now for what they achieved. So I'm glad that they could be here and enjoy it.
Coach, you talk about coming out fast, but defensively in the first half, it just seemed like things were going well. How did you feel? What were you seeing on the floor? Because it seemed like you were getting a lot of challenges on their shots.
I thought we guarded well, and happy to have 40. You know, halftime we couldn't, you know, put 2 of those halves together again, and so that was unfortunate offensively. But yeah, I mean, I think they were 15 to 18 from the foul line in the second half. So, you know, certainly they got a good chunk of points, you know, getting themselves some free throw.
How about Sean Phillips' performance?
Unbelievable.
2 games in a row.
Yeah, bright spot for sure. Bright spot. You know, you lose a game like this, you give it, you know, everything you got, and you're right there to do it. You know, top team in your building, and trying to find some type of bright spot in the darkness. And Sean was definitely that. And his block at the end of the first half, his rebounding, his just presence out there in the paint, it was fantastic. His attitude, everything with his teammates, how he interacted with everybody. So he took a big step today. Hopefully, you know, we keep taking steps with Sean, because he's got great upside if he just, you know, stays focused and we keep it going in the right direction.
Do you think over the last 5 or 6 days has kind of sent a new message to teams in the conference after having that 4-game losing streak, you know, beating West Virginia and then beating Iowa?
I don't think we're sending anybody a message right now. Like, we're 2-6, like, in the league, so it's, you know, it's results business. We're not getting results. I will say that I don't think they thought it was easy or sweet, you know, here until they broke it open at the 5-minute mark in the game, and they've won a lot of games and they're used to winning, and you know, that's what teams that know how to win do. They step up in those moments, and they did, so I give them credit for that. We've also been very competitive, so yeah, I mean, Baylor probably didn't think it was easy to win in overtime, and, you know, Cincinnati, I thought we played pretty well there, minus the turnovers, and played very well West Virginia. So we're starting to figure some things out, but you know, ultimately you got to win, and there's no moral victories.
Jaden was wearing an ankle support early in the game. He was out of this
He's got, he left practice on Thursday and took a bad step and didn't want to go over a lot with you guys yesterday because I wasn't really sure. He didn't practice yesterday, but I mean, he just, he manned up and played, and we talked with his family about playing, even though he's injured, and he did, and he just didn't have the same explosiveness that he normally would have. So he's going to get checked, with a thorough evaluation to make sure that we aren't missing anything. But that kid he's a warrior, and he wants to play, and he played through it. But all these games are hard, and the win on the road is hard, and the travel is hard, and getting these guys on the practice floor, and after they've been, we get in at 5 a.m. on Thursday, and it's not easy sledding on Wednesday, and then to have them back on the practice floor Thursday, and then Jaden takes a bad step in that practice. It just it hurts, but that's our new world we're in, and we got to get used to it.
Couple more. Are you looking forward to a little bit lighter travel schedule this week, a trip you already know with Colorado and then home next Saturday?
I mean, I'm looking at Colorado, and my main thing is, hey, fellas, I don't know what Colorado's doing today, but they're going to be desperate, and we have to be desperate again, just like we were prior to West Virginia. And I felt like we were that way today. Like, we came in here to win, and we played a winning game for like 35 minutes, and we had a meltdown for about 2 minutes, and it cost us. But I mean, it's nice, but that game is on Tuesday again. So here we go, two days, and we got to get back out on the road again.
Yeah, losing stinks. Are you more on the encouraged side today, or more on the frustrated side?
I would say that I respect my team for what they did and how they competed for me, and against a very good team. And I knew it was going to be hard to beat this team, and we had answers for a lot of what they did for a good period of that game, and we just, like I said, we couldn't execute, and we didn't stop them when we needed to for about 2 minutes in late in that game, and that cost us.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
And there you heard it right there. I mean, encouraged, and like you said, I mean, you got to finish that 2 minute period, like I talked about, at the 5 minute, about 5 minutes left to go in the game. I mean, they're right there. And look, there's some turnovers, sloppy play. Iowa State caused it. The one thing he did say when Coach Hurley was talking about Curtis Jones, he was 10 for 22 from the field. He played all 40 minutes, 50% from three, 80% from the line, 33 points. He had 24. There was only one guy in double figures, like midway through the first half, and that was Curtis Jones. ASU had nobody in double figures, and they were leading, guys. They were leading. So again, like, when you think about it, I mean, they were up 40-33 at halftime. Not one guy in double figures. Adam Miller was the first to get there with 10, but I mean, Adam Miller finished with 13, and then you had Bashir Jihad with 9, BJ Freeman with 9, Jaden Quaintance with 9, and then both Alston Mason and Josan Santa with 8. So like and Santa was coming off the bench, but yeah, he did look good. So I mean, you can hear it in Coach Hurley's voice. Like, this team is right there. They're on that road. So, but man, time does fly. That is going to do it for today. Tomorrow, again, aiming to hear from Kyle Dodd. So we'll see if we can do that. But everybody, look, have a phenomenal rest of your day. Again, thank you so much for jumping into Pitchfork Lunch. Again, at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Hit me up there. My IG, Michael.Caratino.5. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And hope you're enjoying it on the Casual Sports Radio Network. So we are going to get out of here. But hashtag our state. Thanks to Big 12 Champs Women's Volleyball for that. And as always, Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great flag.
That's away. Double snap is away. Trying to center off to Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little